Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another cool tools of the week. I got a couple tools here, a couple sets, well I guess, yeah, a couple sets, and we're just going to go through, and better late than never. Missed last week, I guess, start of a new week, it's Monday. So I guess we're gonna just jump right into it with the first set of tools. I guess it's two sets because it's kind of a pair. It's the detailing brushes, a set of detailing brushes, a small set and a large set. They're just handy to have around, just in case you don't want to get your die grinder out or your whiz wheel out or whatever and grind anything down. You just, you know, need to clean some brake caliper hardware because you're a lazy technician like me, and you know, use a wire brush. My only complaint, because these don't come together, these are two different sets. This one does come with a smaller brush, except my only complaint with this set, besides the bristles falling out, as you can see there's like half the bristles, so the bristles do fall out, but for the price I would definitely buy these again personally. But the smaller ones in this set, the heads are too big, so they don't fit into tight spots like this 3-piece set does. So I would definitely recommend getting the 6-piece set and then going out and buying the 3-piece set. At Harbor Freight, the 6-piece set is gonna run you $246. Harbor Freight 6-piece set, $246. You get a steel brush, a brass brush, and I think it can't be silicone, right? Not silicone. Plastic? It's like I'm guessing silicone. It doesn't sound right though, so I don't even know. But that's what comes in each set, is a steel, a brass, and I'm gonna say silicone brush. I think they're useful to just have around. I would definitely go out and buy a set if you don't already have a set. And you can pick these up from Harbor Freight, and the 3-piece set is gonna run you a whole whopping $179. Definitely go out and get yourself a set of brushes. My next cool tools of the week is gonna be a 2-piece set here, kinda, sorta, except you have to buy them from 2 different places because they're oil filter sockets and wrenches. So we'll start off with the oil filter wrench. It's a 3-claw oil filter wrench. You can pick this up from Harbor Freight. So when you're, I guess, taking off the oil filter, you know, this is going to grip down when this middle piece where you have your ratchet, or this middle piece, you know, put your ratchet in there, and then it grips down on the oil filter. It's an adjustable oil filter claw. You can pick it up from Harbor Freight for, got everything written down so don't mind me, $849. $849. It's useful to have around. It's good for taking off tight oil filters, or when you don't want to cut up your hands and you can stick a ratchet on there. It's a 3/8 drive, so keep that in mind. The only downside to having this is before it used to, so technically you're not supposed to be able to just take it, okay, and close it and open it. It's supposed to be all done by the middle piece here, you know, open, close, all done by the middle piece, and that broke. So you have to basically hold it around the oil, get it tight enough around the oil filter, and then use your ratchet and get it off. But in most cases, when you're gonna use this, you can get your hand up there to at least get it to start to grip, and then, you know, it'll take the rest of the way off. I would definitely get this personally. It's useful. You're gonna run into tight oil filters where you can't use your hand and take them off, and sometimes it's so hot that you don't wanna touch that oil filter because the customer decided to run their car for, you know, 5 hours and then bring their car into the shop to get an oil change. And the oil's like, you know, 200, 300 degrees, and you go and fucking get 3rd-degree burns on your hands. Yeah, from an oil filter, fuck that shit. Just grab one of these, honestly. So $8.49 from Harbor Freight, I would definitely recommend it. It's useful, comes in handy a lot. Especially on GMC Sierras or Silverados, something like that, where the oil filter is literally kissing the oil pan. These come in handy because these little teeth here are just thin enough to where they're not hitting that oil pan, and it takes off that oil filter. It's so nice. That way you don't have to get one of those band oil filter wrenches up in there and break your fucking knuckles. So definitely recommend this. The other oil filter socket that I'm going to talk to you about is the Toyota oil filter socket, and this one is from Matco. This is made from heavy duty vanadium. I guess that's how it's pronounced. I probably butchered the shit out of that. Oh, and this is my dog Ari. But anyway, it's a 1/2-inch drive. You can also use a 24mm socket or wrench on there, and it's useful on any Toyota cartridge filter style oil filters, and not just Toyota. It's good for Scion and Lexus cartridge oil filters, so I would definitely pick this one up. I've firsthand witnessed at least 5 of the aluminum ones break. I would definitely go ahead, and it might be a little bit more expensive, and it's gonna run you $37.95 from Matco, but I would definitely get it just because you're spending $37.95, but you're never gonna have to spend $37.95 again. You're gonna be breaking cartridge houses before you break this thing. I promise you that. Like, guarantee it, 100%. And even if you do break this thing, I'm pretty sure it has a lifetime warranty, so you can just go in the truck, and I'm sure your dealer is probably gonna be amazed that you broke this filter cup. I don't see how you're gonna be able to do that unless you break the filter housing first or crack it. But I would definitely pick it up. $37.95, make a couple payments on it if you really need to. It's only $37.95. I'm sure you can maybe afford that, possibly. I know people are in tight spaces, so I can't be like, oh yeah, $37.95, but I'm sure. And my coworker mentioned it to me, but when this thing hits the floor, it makes a ding that rings throughout the whole shop. As soon as this hits the floor, every single person in the shop will know that that is what hit the floor and nothing else other than that. It has a like bell type of ring to it, and it's annoying. The next thing I got here is push pin pliers. Yep, push pin pliers. They're pliers used for the little tabs. This is gonna be hard to do, but they're pliers used for the little tabs, and they basically just grab onto the tabs and pull them up or pull them, so you aren't using a screwdriver and trying to bring the tab down and then it just breaks, or the screwdriver slips and you stab your hand. Save your hands, save clips, and invest in a pair of push pin pliers. They are $8.99 from Harbor Freight. saves you clips, and it saves your fingers. I would definitely recommend them. It's a little tool that I think everybody should have. The next one is going to be another set, and it is going to be Harbor Freight 4-piece crowbar set. I think they come in handy, especially, so it's going to be a 4-piece set. You're going to have a very tiny 8-inch crowbar here. This is great for taking off hubcaps on trucks and some cars like Volkswagen, Fiat, stuff like that. Same with the 12-inch. I think this really comes in handy for taking out off hubcaps. Although I just now noticed that it does kind of feel loose in the handle. So they're not the greatest quality. I could imagine they're probably lifetime warranty, so if it does break, just bring it back, because it is a hand tool from Harbor Freight. So I definitely recommend these. There also comes in an 18-inch and a 24-inch crowbar. They are, I think, half-inch. I would say half-inch shank. I think that's what it is. Maybe 3/8. This is definitely half-inch. I don't know. Yeah. It's half-inch. I'm lying. It's 3/8. Okay, it's they got 3/8 shanks on them, except for the small one. The small one has a 1/4-inch shank. I definitely recommend these though. They come in handy. They take off hubcaps, and they're relatively cheap. They're $12.99 from Harbor Freight. Come in a set of 4. Doesn't make sense not to get them. Break, take them back to Harbor Freight, get new ones. As long as you're not tapping on the end of them, just because they don't have the impact back there, the handle's just gonna shatter on them. So I definitely wouldn't recommend smacking them with a hammer, but definitely good for prying on bolts when you need to get them out, you know, or taking off hubcaps. Like I said, you're not going to use them. They don't really come in handy when you need a lot of leverage. Then you're going to need like a 36-inch pry bar at that point. And I guess the last and final item that I picked out for this week is going to be, I guess it doesn't have to be this one, it can be any one, but a pressure tester, a cooling system pressure tester. Mine just so happens to be Matco. The Matco and Snap-on are the exact same, so me and my coworker both he bought his from Snap-on, I bought mine from Matco, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you're planning to be a flat rate technician. Doing cooling systems work is gravy on some vehicles. Some vehicles it's not that gravy. It's a pain in the ass. But other vehicles it's gravy. You know, you're making a lot of money. You know, so why not invest in a tool that's going to be able to show you where a leak is and show you if the system's holding pressure, right? So let me flip my page here where I have notes and stuff, because I'm not going to remember anything I'm talking about in this video. The part number is going to be RPT 103, and it's going to be from Matco. This right here is going to run you about $269.95. You can buy one from Harbor Freight that's like, I don't know, $160, $140. It's not super expensive. You can go that route. I decided to go the tool truck method just because it's not that much more expensive, and I can make payments on it. You know, $269. They want you to pay it off in 10 weeks. You're paying $27 on it a week. I mean, yeah, you can't really beat that. Paid off in 10 weeks and it's all yours. So what you're going to get in this is you're going to get the pressure tester, and this adapter works on some vehicles. Some vehicles you're just going to hook this straight up to the radiator, or radiator, and do the pressure test that way. But it has a little gauge here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. Yeah, I will. So you got the gauge, and it has it goes all the way up to 35 psi, and you basically just take this, you pump it, and you pressurize the system. You go to basically what the radiator cap says. It says 18 pounds, you go to 17, 18 there, and you hold pressure on it. If pressure goes down, you got a leak somewhere, and you figure it out from there. In this set right here, you're going to get 4 caps. This cap right here, the part number on it is MPT 152P. This cap is used for Aston Martin, Ford, Land Rover, Mazda, and Volvo. This is going to come in handy for mainly Ford, Mazda, and Volvo. If you're a regular, like, working at Firestone guy like me, you're not working on Aston Martins and Land Rovers. So you also got this other cap here, and these style here go on to the cooling system reservoir, because some vehicles just don't have a radiator cap. They get pressurized through the reservoir. So the black one is used for, let's see here, GM, Ford, Chrysler, Isuzu, Hummer, Jaguar, Land Rover, Mazda, Saab, and Saturn. And if you're a regular guy like me, you're going to be mainly using it for GM, Ford, Chrysler, Hummer maybe, Mazda, and maybe a Saab and maybe a Saturn. We do have Saabs and Saturns down here. So comes in handy being able to pressurize those. The only other, well, you got these 2 other adapters for foreign vehicles like Toyota, Honda. Those vehicles, these are the style that are going to go straight onto your radiator. These come in handy. The only other cap that I would recommend getting is the one for BMWs, Mercedes, stuff like that. And that is another one. I believe it's $60. It is quite expensive, but if you are working on BMWs or Mercedes or anything like that, I would definitely recommend getting that, because that does not come in this kit. And this is the kit. It comes in a nice hard case, clasp closed, and you got a little handle. It's nice. It's nice. $269.95 from Matco. I would definitely recommend getting it, just because it's worth it in the end. You're spending that extra money, but you're buying quality. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, think about subscribing. Thank you guys, and peace.